What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Triple Threat Show. As always, I'm your host, Mirav Temi. No Jeremy Lapidus with me, no Nolan Jambor. Actually, I have my great friend and welcome him in for his debut on the Triple Threat Show, Trey Glotus. How are we doing today, Trey?
Oh, don't dox me like that.
Doing well? How's
Doing
your day been
well.
going?
Ready to
Everything
talk
going well?
some football with the one and only.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's get right into it
Yep.
here. I feel like this show is, we're kind of going to take a main focus here, at least for the first segment. Let's jump right into some Patriots news. We just saw the depth chart just got finalized earlier today. The final
Yes, it did.
53 man roster has been finalized, and 8 wide receivers, the final verdict for the depth chart here. A lot of people have been talking who's going to get cut. This is a really deep room. We saw Stephon Diggs, obviously, they just added him in the offseason. Kayshon Boutte is going to be returning. Efton Chisholm, the big name throughout the offseason and preseason action. Of course, you have Kendrick Bourne, Kyle Williams, Jalen Polk went down with IR. Across
Polk.
Jalen Polk, exactly. Yeah, man, that was if you didn't see anything about that. It was a crazy story with what happened with what Mike Vrabel said in the press conference about a rat rolling through the organization, about who leaked that information. Jalen Polk going down with season-ending elbow surgery about a week ago now. What's your thoughts on this?
Yes.
What's your thoughts on this Patriots offense, this the offseason in general? What are your thoughts going into this
I
season,
mean,
Trey?
all right. So wide receivers, Polk is out. I love that. We don't need Polk. I know Chisholm's a little questionable. Great wide receiver. I'm no doctor. I'm as much of a doctor as Johnny Sins, but I really like Efton Chisholm's possibility of being healthy and doing some good stuff with the team. So I like Efton Chisholm a lot. Polk, I think Polk goes back to the Bill Belichick era and how incredibly bad we are at drafting wide receivers. The last wide receiver that the Patriots drafted with the most fantasy points in the last 15 years, it's like, who do you think it would be?
Drafted off the top of my head, I'd have to say like Julian Edelman, maybe, because he was drafted in
So
what,
you would,
fifth, sixth round. Maybe Gronk. You
yes.
can't count him as a receiver. He was a tight end.
Well, think of how many busts, right? You got Polk, who's a bust. You passed on Lad McConkey for him, complete bust. Who's the guy that Brady was gonna? It was our first round pick. That was a wide receiver. Do you remember who he was? I can't think of his name. It's like 2-3 years ago.
I
Just
remember.
trash.
I remember running. I remember there's been a lot of draft busts. I remember running backs that we took over Lamar Jackson,
Harry, Nikhil Harry. That's what I'm thinking
N'Keal
of.
Harry. Yes, yes.
Yes, completely suck. So now, all these guys completely suck. In the last 15 years, the most fantasy points by a Patriots wide receiver, Braxton Berrios. Braxton Berrios.
I forgot
That's
the
a true
Patriots drafted
statistic.
him.
Yes, that is a true statistic, which is absolutely mental. But you think of like some of the greatest Patriots receivers in recent history: Wes Welker, Edelman, Amendola. It's all those guys
Chris
that are
Hogan.
like,
Yeah.
yes, gritty, maybe we could say. And I really like Chisholm. I had a friend take Chisholm in the last pick of his fantasy draft. Um, Not really much of a sleeper. Who knows if he gets any playing time? But I feel like Vrabel's the type of guy where like they will play him, and he looked really good all of preseason. So he's my, you got sleepers across the league, sleeper within the Patriots. I'm going, I'm going with Chisholm. What do you think?
I don't hate it, dude. It's a legit chance. This is a guy in Efton Chisholm you saw in the preseason hit one-handed catches in the offseason in training camp, going upstairs for catches. Having he had what, over 200 yards over the 3 games that he played.
Mhm.
Had two over more than he had at least two
Which is
touchdowns.
crazy, right? Like who is this guy?
It's
Like
random.
literally, who is this guy? I've never even heard of him.
Yep. And he's one of those guys like you mentioned, like an Edelman, like a Chris Hogan, like an Amendola that comes out of nowhere, like either like a sixth, seventh round draft choice or just completely undrafted. It's remarkable what's really happening over there in New England. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna get
Yes.
into the starting area, but as a backup to take maybe Kayshon Boutte's spot, Kendrick Bourne has been on the block for a little while. He hasn't played
Guys
much.
are old and washed. Like you're trying to build something fresh, and the beautiful thing with the Pats is there's no like failure of a season. I mean, you're in New England, so you got expectations. Boston Celtics, high expectations. Bruins, probably the biggest underachiever, but like Red Sox, you want them to win. And we're like the greatest team in NFL history. So there's always some pressure. But the cool thing about the Pats is like it's low pressure. Like anything we do, like if Efton Chisholm just kind of sneaks in, you could give like a chance to a guy like that. Anything Diggs does. I mean, Drake May, like I feel like for the longest time, we're in like we're in a downturn. I don't know for like sports what we would call this, but like we've bottomed out. It's like in a saucer at the bottom. Now it's going. So we finally flipped, and like the question is, how far up do we go? I don't know how far up we go, but I know that like we've bottomed out between Stephon Diggs, and we haven't even mentioned him yet, but Kyle Williams. I mean, another explosive guy. This is really interesting, Rob. I'm sure you've heard this, but I remember Vrabel said, like when we first hired him, they're like, "What do you think about blah 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 blah? What about drafting?" And he like looked at his assistant and gave like a smirk, and he's like, the first thing we got to do is get some talent in the building. He's like, they're like, "What do you look at? Do you like?" I mean, for the longest time, we got Belichick making sure people are like good at lacrosse and what was their SAT score and like all this nonsense, which just isn't that relevant, like at all. And then you think about it and it's like, you get a guy like Kyle Williams, Henderson, May's pretty talented. We're like drafting talented guys. And like, maybe we're just so down bad that we're like overestimating the potential of some of these people because we've been like with such a minimum talent in the past, but it is exciting times. What do you think?
I mean, no doubt about it. I mean, I want to kind of circle back to what you said at the beginning. This is a Patriots team that's kind of playing with house money in a way. They got a lot of
House money.
there's a lot of young talent. Of course, you have Stephon Diggs, but I mean, outside of that, you have a rookie left tackle. You have a bunch of rookie wide receivers. You have 8 wide receivers on the.
I'd love to get into left tackle too.
Yeah,
I'd love to get into
I
that.
mean, we got to get there. We got to get to the running back situation as well. We got to get to the
Mhm.
quarterback. We got to get to the defense. This is going to be a loaded show here. But I mean, when we're just talking about the wide receiver room, when you have 8 wide receivers, yes, you have some guys that are injury prone, and that's where I'm looking for. I mean, one of these guys goes down. Stephon Diggs starts struggling early on. Mac Hollins goes down with an injury. God forbid. I don't want any of them to, but I mean, that's a leeway for an Efton Chisholm to find a way in, for a Kayshon Boutte to get extra reps with Drake May in that starting lineup and get more reps in general. I mean, all around, there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of good things that can come out of this season in New England.
Yes, I completely agree with that. It's exciting times. When you look at the team, I don't know. What do you think? Are we going to be better in real life or better in fantasy? Now, historically, we would say, oh, like we're going to be better in real life. Obviously, I think better in real life. But I would not be shocked if we're like midway through the season and you got Travion Henderson, Drake May, Stephon Diggs really producing in fantasy, and we finish with like 8 wins. But I'm curious, what do you think is more likely? Are the Pats going to have more fantasy success or more regular season success?
I think it's more likely. I mean, I'm right there with you. I think it's more likely that they have more real life success. But I mean, in terms of
Mm-hmm.
fantasy, Drake May's name's been tossed around so many times in terms of as a sleeper this year. His legs, his
Mm-hmm.
ability to
He's
escape the
everyone's
pocket.
sleeper. And
Yeah,
so is Travion Henderson. They're
Henderson. Yeah.
everyone's sleeper across the league.
I mean, and for good reason. They're both these. This
Yeah.
is just a really underrated Patriots team, and I mean, we can get into this later. We can get into it now. This is a Patriots team that I have winning the AFC East personally. That's a crazy statement.
Really?
I really do.
Raw.
I'm coming out. I'm coming out guns blazing, man. I'm serious. This is a
No, I
Patriots
like
team.
that.
I really like them. I think they definitely go 10 plus wins this year. And I mean, it just depends on how Buffalo does. And then when you look at the Bills' schedule, it doesn't play in their favor, really. They play a really, really tough. They have to play the Ravens, they have to play the entire NFC East. They have to play the
Mm-hmm.
Eagles, the Chiefs.
NFC East is always loaded.
Always, always. They got to play the
Always got two.
Commanders.
I mean, now you got Washington too. Like Philly won the Super Bowl, Washington, Dallas is Dallas, and like the Giants are low key the Patriots of the NFC in terms of like bottomed out. They're really exciting to watch. They got some like finally some like talent that like brings
The
people to the
Giants.
stadium.
The Giants are still doing this though. They're starting to curve up a little bit, but they're still doing this.
Yes, yeah,
I really think so.
I
That
would agree with that.
that offense is
So
putrid.
something interesting you said, which I know caught my attention. Patriots winning the AFC East. Now, what has to happen? So you said 11 wins, 10 wins, now probably 10 wins. I got some interesting stats for you. You're an expert. I'm no Rob, but I follow some sports. We feel good. No one knows better than Vegas.
No
No
one
one
knows
knows
better
better
than
than
Vegas.
Vegas.
I agree. No
They got
doubt
us
about
at 8.5, which I think is pretty high. I think some people would be like, oh, 8.5, that's low. They're lowballing us. 8.5, you're like, that's the over under. That's a 50-50 chance. Like a 50-50 chance, if you round up, that we're at 9 wins. So you squeak out one extra win, and that's a 10-win team. I also see regression. I mean, Dolphins, I would hate to be a Dolphins fan. They're like hopeless. Like
it.
Tyreek Hill already wants to get on the boat and leave. He's off the streaming. Buffalo, I'll get into Buffalo, but the Jets, I don't know if Benjamin Bronstein's going to be watching this at any point, but like Jets, they're like the hopeless, desperate, like desert. They're just dry. Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson. If they couldn't make it work last year, they're not making it work this year. They're never going to make it work. So there's, the only threat is the Bills, and the Bills are good. But another thing, like you talk about the Patriots, we're on the up and up. You got all this momentum. You can't do worse. Dolphins could do a lot worse. There's a lot of stress there. The Jets get a lot of stress there. And if you're a team like Buffalo, if you're Josh Allen, if you couldn't get by Patrick Mahomes last year, you're never going to do it, in my opinion. I don't think you're ever going to do it. He's had like, oh, this is his year, like 5, 6, 7, 8, not 8, but like at least 5 to 6 years in a row where it's like, oh, this is his chance. That overtime game, like one of the greatest NFL games ever, where the Chiefs beat them with like the 13-second game. Last year, there's that call. The year before it, it's like every year, this is Buffalo's year. And like last year, the straw had already broken the camel's back. Like they couldn't get over it. And it's like, all right, well, maybe it's this year. And they still couldn't do it. So I look at a team like Buffalo, I start to think like, how often can you be at the top? They're no Chiefs, they're no Patriots, they're no like Steelers of the 70s, they're no Cowboys of the 90s. I don't think they're going to be like a decade straight of winning the AFC East or like dominant. I think they're going to start to regress. So now you think about it, does a team like Buffalo fall to 11 wins? Not that ridiculous. Can a team like the Patriots get 11 wins? Not that ridiculous. Like unlikely, but not that ridiculous. And maybe we get that tiebreaker. So I kind of think he could be onto something here.
I mean, I kind of want to let you just keep going because I was honestly, you were spitting right there, man. You were going crazy with the analysis. You were going all, that was crazy. That was awesome. Calling me the
Bars.
expert Glotus right there. That you might have just
Hey,
solidified yourself.
I dabble in a little sports from time to time.
We got to keep. You might have just solidified your spot for the rest of the season right there with that one. That was insane.
Making the cut.
You
I'm
made the cut.
Chisholm.
Yeah. But I mean, when we're looking at this, I mean, I'll just go through the schedule for them. I was looking at the Bills while you were talking. I mean, let's start with the Patriots. I mean, if you want to go game by game, Raiders versus Patriots, who you got? In New England.
Patriots, I mean, see, this is the thing. This sets the tone. I think if like the Patriots, like hot preseason, you win against the Raiders, things are clicking. That 11 wins doesn't seem that ridiculous. But that Raiders loss week 1, a lot of hope just like flies out right in that first week. So I actually think that's one of the more important games of the year. I'm hoping we win. I don't know. Like that's like kind of 50-50 because like you look at the Raiders, they got motion. They got Amari Cooper now. They got Geno Smith, best tight end in the league. They got the best prospect in the draft, in my opinion. That's also a hot take. But you look at Travis Hunter, he doesn't look good. He's a bust. I mean, everyone knew but McGill. He's a complete bust. Complete bust. So
shout out Matt
probably
McGill.
Not a bust. but he's no Ashton Genty. Like they have serious offensive potential. So
Brock
I
Bowers.
wouldn't be surprised if that's like a loss, but that's 50-50. That's a huge game in my opinion.
No, definitely. And honestly, I agree with you. The Raiders are kind of similar to us in a way where they're like one of those teams that's starting to go back up a little bit. And I
Hmm.
mean, they're starting to rebuild something there. But let's leave that one to the side. Patriots at Dolphins. I think we both agree that the Dolphins probably take that one. We kind of usually struggle in Miami. But I know it's in
See,
Miami
I'm
right
going
now.
the Dolphins. Like I
I
think most
know.
people got Raiders losing, then the Dolphins beating us. I wouldn't be shocked if we lose to the Raiders and then beat the Dolphins. Like I do not like the Dolphins this year. I'm not a fan.
I agree. I
I
mean,
mean, will Aikman even be healthy by then?
no, Achan's in Las Vegas as well. He's not in Miami anymore. He's with the Raiders and he's not going to be healthy now. You didn't know that?
The running back,
Yeah,
Achan,
Achan.
Achan's on the Raiders.
Is he not, or am I just pulling that out of my behind right now? I could be. No, I am. I'm
I mean,
definitely pulling that out of nowhere. Sorry about that. That nope.
bro,
He's a
you got me
Dolphin.
scared because then that changes everything. We'd have to do a whole segment on that. What does Genty do? All right, so I mean, honestly, you might as well send HA to the Raiders. He's injured. Like, get something for him. Some guys are always hurt. He's like one of these guys. Like he's he's just not strong, and it's sad when you see it. But he's not strong. He's not going to make it.
No, he's
He's
got
gonna
speed.
have those weeks where he has 30 points, and then he's gonna have like 4 weeks where everyone's like, "Oh, I can't wait till he comes back," and
Yep.
then he gets injured that same game. So
Yep.
they won't have him. Tua's probably seeing like 4 Tyreek Hills when Tyreek's not even on the field. I don't I don't like the Dolphins to beat us. I really think we can beat them. So let's say 1-1. You know what? Maybe it's like 50-50 on the Raiders. Some people get the Dolphins. Let's just start the season with the first 2 wins at 1-1.
Let's say 1-1. All right. Steelers at Patriots. Aaron Rodgers comes into New England.
Burnt toast. He's burnt toast. He's living in the wrong decade. Get him out. Like I no, we're beating the Steelers. We're giving them
Yeah.
belt to tush.
Yeah.
Um,
I
yeah,
think I think that's the game where we finally see how good the Patriots are, honestly. After
yes,
2 tough ones. Yeah, I'm with it. All right. Panthers against the Patriots. Another tough team in the Panthers are kind of trying to ascend a little bit.
I so I agree with what you're saying. I do think though the Panthers are like us, but just weaker in every way. Weaker quarterback.
Bryce
You
Young's
know,
not too bad. Chuba Hubbard.
all right. So that's true, but like they don't have the defense we have. Take
No,
fantasy
that's
aside,
true.
for sure. I think our offense is better, in my opinion. I like our offense more. I mean, we got a first overall left tackle or like first round left tackle. Arms may be a little short. I don't care. I think the Patriots offense is definitely a little better than the Panthers, and our defense is like way better. So now what are we 3-1? If you give us that game, unless you think the Panthers have a shot.
I mean, I think they have a shot. I think it's closer than we think, but I think the Raiders and Patriots game will be tougher than the Panthers, in my opinion. So I'm also with you, 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it rolling into October. This is where I think we both agree on this one. Patriots, Bills in Buffalo. This is the first time we see the Bills. I think we probably give this
Yeah,
one to
this
the
is
Bills.
this is one of those games where you just hope that we don't lose by that much. You know what I mean?
Like the wild card game a couple of years ago when we made the playoffs.
Yeah. I think when it comes to momentums, like Buffalo, I'm not the biggest on Buffalo, but I still think they start the year strong. I think maybe as the season goes on and they get into the motion of things, and then it's like you see the Chiefs who are somehow like 8-2 again. You're probably scratching your head. I mean, I don't like Buffalo that much, but I think it'd be a little hot to say that we could beat them. But a side note, and I won't go too far into it. If you're a listener and you're like, these guys are a little too optimistic, Mike Vrabel could be one of the greatest coaches of all time for what he achieved with the team he had. Really hot take. You're like, what are you talking about? He
The
had Derrick
Titans.
Henry and who? Ryan Tannehill. He beat Belichick and Brady. He beat the 1 seed Ravens one year. He made an AFC championship game. There's very few things that you could like say to make me think that like Tennessee team was way better than this Patriots team. Like maybe they were better, but not way better. So it's not ridiculous to think we give a team like the Bills like a good run for their money. I still think we lose, but this is more on the optimistic side. But like, say it's 3-2. I'm curious what you think about the Bills, but like I'm saying, hope we don't get blown out. But if that's a close game, that doesn't surprise me.
I don't think you're that far off. I just think the Bills have a lot to work on. Losing Diggs, they lost Von Miller in the offseason. That might not seem like a lot, but that defensive line is going to be reeling a little bit, especially
Mm-hmm.
going up against a Patriots line who's gotten far better. I mean, we talked about it before. Will Campbell, let's touch on it right now. Will Campbell looked like an absolute stud in the preseason. He pancaked multiple guys every single game. The worst thing he did is
Yes.
he gave up that fumble in week 1. And sorry, that happens. He pancaked 3 different guys that game. If you just watch the tape, he was unbelievable that entire game. So I mean,
Do you like Will Campbell as a pass guard or a run guard more?
I like him more as a run guard. I think he's an absolute beast blocking as a against the run
Yeah,
or with the run.
I agree. That's the thing. It's going to be interesting seeing that because in college he was definitely more of a run guy, and that's kind of why he got his clout, we could say, for
Mm-hmm.
lack of terminology, I guess. But I think it's going to be interesting if he can protect May's blind side on passes half as good as he can run block. Because if that's the case, you hit on your guy, and that's huge.
I mean, the Patriots love to run the ball. They have 2 guys in Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna be running the ball. Yes, they'll give Drake May the opportunities to throw as well, and that's right where you're saying like protecting May's blind side. Like how is that gonna affect him on the pass on 3rd and long situations when they bring the blitz when they test him on that side? What's gonna end up
That's
happening?
true. And that's scary if he can't handle that. And there's doubts. There is some doubts.
I mean, he's going up against Max Crosby week 1.
I know that will be a very serious test, and that's probably like one of the worst things if you're like a left guard for your first matchup, like a
Max
prime
Crosby.
Max Crosby, week 1, tattooed up, just fucking. Or sorry, maybe we could cut that out.
You're okay.
But you think I'm one of them sucker boys? We'll see.
No, I agree. It's gonna be crazy. But I mean, going back to the Bills topic, when we're talking about that game against the Patriots and Bills October 5th, I think both of these teams are gonna be 3-1. The Bills are only playing they're playing the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Saints and the Ravens before that. I think their only loss is gonna come to the Ravens, maybe. But even that
Yeah.
game's in Buffalo. So
Yes, that's true.
there's
So I mean, hey, well, let's play it conservative, Rob. Let's go 3-2. I think the viewers could agree with that. 3-2.
3-2. I agree with that. Next up, we go to New Orleans to face the Saints.
Who? Like who? That's like probably the freest. That's going to be the freest game of the year, right? I mean, the Saints. Like, I mean, right? You got Alvin Kamara. It's like 42. He's kind of like the future, not future as in like heading forward, like the rapper. He's like the future
You don't like Spencer
of.
Rattler? You're not a Rattler guy,
He's like
Spencer Rattler?
no, he's like the future of running backs. Like he's like 42. He's got
Yeah. Is
aura
he
for sure,
42?
but he's like
No way.
42. Like he's not literally, but like he's an old man.
He's
You know,
older,
he
yeah.
he might catch a pass here and there, but he's not. He's nothing that you have to lose sleep over at night. And he's probably their best player. I mean, Chris Olave, really talented guy. Really sad that he gets given all these hospital balls. You got 3 quarterbacks down there. You got one guy who's probably the most qualified. Then you got another guy who's the future, and you want to build around that. And then you got another guy who's like somewhere right in between them. They don't know what they're doing. They're a non-threat. I really like our chances.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, honestly. Tyler Shogue, Spencer Rattler, and I mean, that's the QB battle right there. I think Shog's gonna end up starting a couple games, probably somewhere middle of the season. I'd say the Saints throw him out there just to get some reps with the first teams and play some real defenses. But I'm giving the Patriots the win on this one. So what?
I got a
Four and
great saying for you. Great saying when it comes to those three quarterbacks. And some people would be like, oh, they're two good quarterbacks. And perfect example we could look at last year, or you got Russell Wilson and Justin Fields.
yeah,
If you're ever a team that has two quarterbacks, you don't have a quarterback. Simple as that. So they don't have a quarterback, and I think we win.
yeah. Justin,
You know, if you got two guys that are battling, then you don't get a clear one, and if you don't have a clear one, you're not going to cut it in the NFL. So what's
agreed.
that? 4-2.
4-2. 4-2
4-2.
going up.
That's pretty optimistic. That's a 66% win rate.
I mean, watch the next one. Patriots going to Tennessee to face Cam Ward and the Titans.
Exciting game.
Mike Vrabel revisits Tennessee.
Exciting game for a lot of reasons.
Yeah. I mean,
yes.
Cam Ward shows up. The Titans' offense is mediocre at best, maybe. The defense is kind of going through it as well. Mike Vrabel's coming back into town. I think the Patriots kind of rump them here.
I think we should as well. One thing to be cautious of, though, a great quarterback can completely turn a franchise around. I don't know if Cam Ward's that guy. He was the number 1 overall pick, so he should be that guy. More often than not, these guys aren't all that. I mean, Caleb Williams couldn't make that team insane, and I think anyone would say Caleb Williams was a better prospect than Cam Ward. But sometimes you get like a Joe Burrow or a CJ Stroud, and just that team's insane out of nowhere with no motion, and they're just suddenly good. So there's that possibility, but I like what you say. More likely, that's like devil's advocate, more likely built back to tush, and we're like 5-2.
I really think so. I mean, you got Nikhil out. You got Nick. What is it? Nick Westbrook over there, the wide receiver that kept going off last year. You got him.
Yep.
Tajay Spears going to be on IR earlier on. Going to miss the first 4 weeks with an ankle injury.
Big Tony P.
Yeah, Tony Spears, Tajay Spears, man. I mean, there's a lot.
Tony Pollard too.
We'll see. Tony Pollard too. Yeah. Holy, I forgot about that. There's so many offseason moves that happened this year. Yeah, that's another one. But yeah, I'm right there with you. Belt to tush. I mean, 5-2. 5-2. Going into week, what is this? Week 8. We going up against the Browns. Browns travel to New England.
Oh, ugly team. Talk about like an ugly franchise, ugly city, ugly team. I mean, they can't even admit when they're wrong. You got a guy in Shadur who's like, he should easily be the quarterback there, but they're too embarrassed to say that, oh, we picked him this late and he looks good. I mean, it's an ego thing. I don't even think I wouldn't even be shocked if he's not playing the week we play him. I like Njoku a lot, but no, I mean, it would. I don't know. I don't want to be too optimistic and say we beat them too. Maybe it's an easy schedule, but like Rob, is this that unrealistic? Like a 6-2 Patriots team? Like there's been crazier things that have been said.
We're playing 3 teams: Saints, Titans, Browns. One of them has a legit quarterback, or we're thinking Cam Ward, number 1 overall pick. The Browns have 41-year-old Joe Flacco, and then the Saints have whoever they throw out there, Rattler, Shog, somebody. Maybe we see Shador at this point with the Browns.
You know what I think, though, too? Let's keep in the back of our mind, one of these could be an upset. We like our chances of winning these, but do you want to go to 5-3 and say, these are teams we should beat, but nothing ever goes to plan? Maybe one of those teams is good. Maybe one of them gets us. Like, I think we beat those, but like maybe, do you want to say we're 5-3 going forward or 6-2? Play it safe, or 5-3 and we're not dreaming.
I think we keep it in the back of our mind. We call it 5-3, but we remember that we gave them a loss.
Yeah,
as we move
easy
forward.
To be 6-2, but definitely. I mean, easy is a crazy word, but within the realm of likelihood that we're 6-2, safety 5-3.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll keep it at that right there. Next up, we got the 5-3 with the Falcons heading up to New England. This is where the schedule starts to take a little bit of a turn. Atlanta's
Yeah,
kind of doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. I know you're a Kyle Pitts guy this year. He's doing pretty well. Michael
Kyle Pitts
Penix.
guy every year, but this is his year.
Kyle Pitts probably. I'm right there with you. I think he's going to do really well. But Michael Penix, um, across the board, Drake London, Bijan Robinson. It's a stud
You know what
team.
else is scary?
What?
They look good at the end of last year. Like this is a team that, you know, the London to Penix connection is strong. I think London had 20 points by halftime of the last game of the season. Guy like Penix, he's not like a Drake May that's drafted young and he's going to develop. No, he's like ready. Like I know he's new to like the league. He's an old guy in terms of like second year quarterbacks. And London's really good. I mean, Kyle Pitts is entering the prime of his career. Maybe he's not great for fantasy. Say what you want. One of the most unbelievable prospects the game of football has ever seen at the tight end position. This is, maybe the best running back in the league too. That's also not crazy to say. I don't think we pulled that one out.
It's a tough one. I agree. We're probably going to push it to 5-4. The Falcons are probably going to be contending for the NFC South as well. And
Five and
honestly,
four.
5-4 going into the other NFC contender in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, traveling to Tampa Bay this time.
This is
Bucky,
tough.
Bucky Irving, Baker Mayfield. Of course, you still have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin there. I don't know, man. I might have to give him 5-5.
I'd go 5-5.
5-5. 5-5. Two tough teams right
Let's
there.
be realists. Let's get out of this week. Let's call it 5-5, and now no one listening could be like, "Oh, these guys are too optimistic." I mean,
Exactly.
there's definitely 5 wins though through this point in the
Five
season.
and
Like
five,
definitely, we
six
could
and
win.
four. 5-5, 6-4, something like that. But most likely 5-5.
Yes,
I'm
most
ready.
likely 5-5, but 6-4 is not crazy.
No, exactly. Next up, we got Jets at Patriots, and this game is on Thursday Night Football. So it's going to be a short week
Yep.
going up into this game. But the Patriots are at home for this one.
Again, the Jets. I mean, if they couldn't do it last year, didn't we beat them? Let me look this up. Did we split the season against them, or did we beat them?
I don't remember. I know.
Once
I think
or twice. Let's
we
see.
beat them
Patriots
once.
versus
We beat them
Jets.
at least once, but we might have lost one. Can't remember.
Wow. 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 So the Jets beat us twice last year, but in both games, the Patriots had 3 points. We lost one where the Jets only put up 17. Jets are an abysmal team, but like this Patriots team is, besides Drake May, almost looks like an entirely new regime, entirely new leader. I don't see the Jets putting up 17 and beating us this year.
No.
So I feel very confident. Despite losing both last year, I feel very confident giving us a win.
I agree. I mean, the
Jets are worse, we're better. Simple as that. Than from last year. Jets are worse and we're better now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm right there with you. So 6-5 going through mid-November. Now here's an interesting one. Patriots travel to Cincinnati to face the Bengals, to face Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, the new man Trey Hendrickson on the D line, the new man that just made $30 million. No way.
Yeah,
no
this
way,
is
Jose.
this is the one where I feel most confident that we lose. I think we're more likely to lose this than lose to Buffalo. I got Bengals going right up to the Super Bowl. You're talking about a team that was red hot at the end of last year. The Bengals are a scary team. They are a very scary team. They have everything front to back besides an elite defense, but they want it. And every year they get off to a slow start and it comes back to bite them. You can't go 1-5 and expect to make the Super Bowl or the playoffs. You can't go 2-4. And they've done this. And I think they're going to come out on fire this year because we've seen what they're capable of. Like, clearly everyone knows this is a top 4 quarterback in the NFL, maybe a top 1 to 2 receiver in the NFL, a team that's just like chemistry is there. They're strong. They're like, that is a scary team. Like, I like everything about the Bengals offensively. I think the number 1 offense coming up this season. I feel pretty confident that we're not winning this game.
I agree. I mean, if, it's just going to all depend on how the offense is clicking. I don't think it's too far fetched that they can win. I'm just not picking them to win this one. I mean, it's all going to
Mhm.
depend on how that offense is able to take care of that. I could see a shootout happening in Cincinnati, and we'll just have to see how that one plays out. I mean, Joe Burrow is that dude, but that Bengals defense is also that bad. And that's
Mhm.
why Trey Hendrickson saved that defense yesterday when he signed that 1 year, $30 million
That's
deal.
true. That's true. So they're not even as weak of a defense as they have been.
That defense is even worse. I mean, yeah, that defense is worse on the back line though, for sure. But I'm giving them the loss on that one too. So we had 6-6. Next up, first week of December, Monday Night Football. Giants head to New England. I mean, I don't know what else to say other than Malik Neighbors and Abdul Carter, but no quarterback one there either.
I mean, if things are going the way we've said they're going, where we're beating these teams that we should beat, competing but probably losing against these teams, you're a little unlucky. I don't think they suddenly become 6-7. I think they're too good. I think Vrabel would be like too on them. I think everyone's too motivated. This is their season. They were off to a super hot start, losing momentum. I think they blow out the Giants this game. I think this is probably like a 40-point Patriot week. I see it being like a huge victory to kind of like steer the ship.
The blowout of the season for sure. After a
I
tough,
think so. I mean, after you probably put up a good fight against the Bengals, but they're too much. And now you really need to win. Your season's on the line almost, and you're playing the Giants. I mean, come on.
yeah, I could see. I think I'm right there. 7-6, 7-6, heading into the bye week. So this is a nice bye week too, kind of towards the end of the season. However, and I say however, coming right out of the bye week, it's the Bills coming to New England. Now, this is the game that I know Vrabel's going to have circled on his schedule. He's going to have 2 weeks to prep for it, especially if that week first matchup is close. This is in New England now. The the tables
So
are
I
flipped.
think I think we both know this is the game that we have to win the division. Now, if we're talking about win the division earlier, where we're like, let's play it safe and say we're 5-3, let's now pretend that we were 6-2.
Yeah, so we would
That means
be
you're
eight and
that means
six,
you're 8-6 right here.
eight and
And if you
8-5
right
actually.
had
We'd be eight and
8 and
five.
5, you'd be 8-5 had we like won that game earlier, which is possible. That means we're a pretty good team. And if we somehow pull this out, now we are underdogs. The better team is not always winning football. That is not the game
That
of
is not
football.
the
Any
yeah.
given Sunday, anything can happen. Let's just pretend, for the sake of argument, we win this game to see how the Patriots, what they would need to do to win the AFC East. Say we pull one out, and we don't got to go into it because we went into it earlier about the Bills. I think you're right. We're more likely to win this one than the first one. But say we pull it out, Bills now got an additional loss. They have a hard schedule. We would be 9-5, potentially with a tiebreaker because we beat the Jets. We beat
Yep.
Buffalo, like 2-2 on the season. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how the tiebreaker goes, but we'd be 9-5 with a win over Buffalo if we pull that game out. Not ridiculous to say.
Not ridiculous at
Not
all.
ridiculous to say.
Yeah. So I mean that's the game that I think whoever wins this game is going to win the division. If the Bills win this game, they
Yes.
automatically win it. If the
And
Patriots
there's no
win,
universe we lose this and we win the division.
yeah, no. If the Patriots win this game and the Bills, like I said, their schedule, we can go over their schedule another time as well. Honestly, this is so much fun. I honestly wouldn't mind doing this for a lot of teams. But I mean, I think I think we split the division series against them, and I think we go into the playoffs in a decent headspace with the division. But
I agree.
let's keep going. Let's keep going. I don't think we win the next one. We travel to Baltimore. My Super Bowl
Yeah.
favorites to my team. My favorites to win the Super Bowl. I said this last year
Not
too.
a bad take.
This is just it has to. They were a Mark Andrews 2 point conversion from beating the Bills. Like, come on, like it. And they brought back the same team, and they added Jair Alexander. Like,
No, they're good.
they're insane. So I mean, they're
And
traveling
if
to
if we
Baltimore.
pull out the upset against the Bills, We're not pulling out the upset the next week against the Ravens. So I agree. We got to go with the loss. Call it 9-6.
9-6. 9-6 heading into the day. Almost New Year's. We're at December 28th. Patriots head to New York once again to face the Jets. I mean, I don't
There's
know.
no way we have this much momentum, this good of a season, 9-6. Keep in mind, if the Patriots are 9-6, do you know how good everyone feels? Like, winning leads to winning. And I think that's something people forget. You look at a team like Washington last year, no one thought they were making the NFC Championship game. At one point, they were like, 4-2 or something, or 5-2, maybe 5-3. I don't remember, but I know damn well week 8, not even Washington knew who Washington was. But
Yep.
by the time you get to December, like we're talking about now, you're 9-6. You're playing the Jets. You're freaking putting that belt on the Jets. Like, you are now, like, you played some good teams. You're competing hard. You want it. You see how good everyone is. I think you blow them out. I think it's like 10-6, and now winning can lead to more winning. It's like, oh my God, we're a 10-6 team. Like, look at us. We're like firing.
Literally.
You know?
I mean, I would, especially with how important this game would be. I'm guess this is the second to last game of the season. This is when the wins matter. Especially, probably the Bills will still be nipping at our heels. So I mean, the Patriots need this game, and I don't think they drop it. Especially against a team like the Jets that don't really have too much. I mean, if it was the Jets with Robert Saleh when they were good, when they were decent, when they were a quarterback away, maybe they would be okay. But I just can't do it with this Jets team. I have the Patriots taking them out.
Fields looked awful in the preseason. He was like
horrible.
1-6.
He's looked horrible since training camp. He looked horrible in preseason action. It's
He looked
just the Jets.
horrible in Pittsburgh. Like,
Yep.
I don't see it. No, we're blowing them out. We're 10-6 and we're riding high.
10-6 riding high, and then the final week of the season, you're actually at home, January 4th, against your favorite team, the Miami Dolphins.
Yes, and that's the thing. I mean, in the past, Brady and Belichick couldn't win December games in Miami. We would win the Super Bowl and lose December games in Miami. This is huge, the fact that it's in New England. It's hard. Like, by the time December rolls around, the warm, hot-blooded, kind of Southern California, Southern Florida, Texas teams, when they have to go into, like, Buffalo, like, your blood isn't adjusted to that. And it's just hard. And vice versa. I mean, it was hard for the Pats to go down to Miami. Why does that matter? What am I getting at? I think home field advantage here is huge. Like, you have all that momentum. You're a playoff team. The Dolphins probably aren't a playoff team at this point, and you're at home. You probably need the win too to, like, beat out Buffalo. I don't see us losing for the same reasons as listed earlier.
Literally. Lambeau, Orchard Park, Foxborough, even you could say Philly and East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the Giants play. These places get cold, and the Dolphins don't have a good track record in the cold at all. At all. Like, they're like 2-13. Or Mike McDaniel is in cold weather games. I think the Patriots have that one. Not honestly, that's probably the most confident win I have on their schedule to get that one. Out of every single game on this schedule, I'm most confident in the Patriots winning that one. So we finish off what 10. It's either going to be 11-6 or 10-7.
That would be that's the path to 11-6, potentially winning the AFC.
AFC
East.
Not
now, say we lose to Buffalo, 10-7. Say we beat Buffalo, but that game earlier that we credited to a loss was like a still like a loss, 10-7. Say the one earlier was like a win, or a win.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying.
I got you.
Worst case scenario, you're a 9-8 team. Very likely 10-7, best 11-6. If you agree with what we said along the way, you're looking at best 11-6, probably 10-7, worst 9-8. And if 2 out of 3 of those are double-digit wins, I'd say we got a better chance of making the playoffs than missing it.
He said it here. He said it best himself. This is Trey Glotus, ladies and gentlemen, and he will be back on the show, no doubt about it. I mean, real quick, I just want to go through the Bills some of their tough games. They have, like I said, week 1, they have the Ravens traveling to town. They have to travel to Atlanta, to Carolina. They got the Chiefs coming to town. The Bucks come
2
to
losses
town.
for sure.
Chiefs come to town.
Potentially 3.
Bucks come to town, have to travel to Houston. Bengals come to town. Eagles come to town at the end of December. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential losses. 6.
5 potential losses, and then somewhere else along the way.
6, and I didn't even mention the Patriots. I didn't even mention the Patriots loss. 6.
That's what I mean. So this isn't, Rob. There's a path. I like your take, and it's going to be exciting to watch.
It's going to be a lot of fun, my friend. I cannot wait. But we got 11-6. I mean, this is going to be an absolute battle of the AFC East. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion for the Bills, especially a Bills team that's really no wide receiver one, defense reeling. You got a lot of pressure on Josh Allen and that coaching staff right now. If they can't get it done this year, if they couldn't get it done last year, this is probably their last final year. I don't know. House money with the Patriots, a lot of pressure on the Bills. There's a room.
Hey.
There's a way. There is a way, my friend. Did you have any final thoughts on these Patriots before we call it a night here on the East Coast?
I said my piece. Curious what everyone else thinks. Please leave a comment. I mean, we're good people. We're trying to grow the channel. It takes you 10 seconds. Probably takes you less than that, and it means way more to us than you'd think. So if you could say what you think, where we're wrong, where we're right, any takes you want us to follow up on or anything, just drop a comment, and it'd be greatly appreciated.
For sure. And any of those comments that, honestly, some of those comments we bring up in the shows themselves. So we really appreciate your takes. And if you want any more of my content specifically, follow my TikTok at Boston Sports Takes. Be sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, everything and everything. Trey Glotus, thank you so much for joining me. Everyone, hope you guys have a great rest of your nights. Bye-bye.